What's up, guys? It's me. It's the Elite Double X Prince, and I just noticed I am wearing a DC t-shirt and a Marvel hat. Yee, some Civil War, I guess. Anyways, this has got nothing to do with Marvel versus DC. This got to do with a retro review. I'm gonna start doing. I chose one. This is one of 5 random Royal Rumble events that I will be reviewing. Yes, I want to try to do retro reviews. I'm gonna do this with all the big 4 pay-per-views, starting with the Royal Rumble, which obviously is coming out. But I want to talk about the 1992 Royal Rumble, possibly the best Royal Rumble of all time. And I have to agree, it was the best Royal Rumble match of all time. It's not the most rewatchable for me personally. But I'm not gonna be reviewing just the Royal Rumble. I'm actually gonna try to review the entire show itself and kind of give you like my take on this year. First of all, 1992 was a very underrated year. Obviously, kind of hard to even think about like the golden era or the new generation era as passable years, but this is one of the few good ones. This year they gave us Bret the Hitman Hart and British Bulldog main eventing SummerSlam for the IC Championship, which was alone there is just really good. It also led to Ric Flair versus the Macho Man Randy Savage at WrestleMania. Also, we had a rematch between the Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man Randy Savage. There's like some good stuff to talk about in 1992. Also, we had like the star of Bret the Hitman Hart versus Shawn Michaels, Roddy Piper, and Bret Hart. This was a legit year for the 90s in WWF, WWE, but this was a show that I'm gonna review, and I actually have the card right here, and my journal and all. We kick it off. Let me just start off by saying, just because the Royal Rumble and this show specifically was awesome, doesn't mean the rest of the show was awesome. There was some stuff that were erasable, I should say. But we kick it off with the New Foundation versus the Orient Express. The New Foundation, aka Jim the Anvil Neidhart and Owen Hart. Bret Hart wasn't part of it because at this point Bret Hart was more Intercontinental Championship material, and rightfully so. And I thought this was a really good match. The Orient Express is one of the most underrated tag teams I've ever seen. They took on they had some very underrated matches. With the Rockers and the Hart Foundation themselves, the actual Hart Foundation. I actually enjoyed this match a lot. Owen Hart and Jim the Animal Neidhart definitely showed that they're really good. However, I gotta say this, bar none, the attires that these guys had were terrible. These guys look like clowns, like Doit the Clown bad. But that's just something I just gotta say. That's for starters. And overall, I thought that was a fantastic, really good match. One of the best openers in a pay-per-view in a while, but it was a really good match. Then we get Mountie versus Roddy Piper. Originally, Bret Hart was supposed to fight in this match, but I guess he was sick or something, so they had to get rid of him. So Mountie had to take on Roddy Piper. And even though this match is terrible, I'll admit, it finally gave me the moment of Roddy Piper, one of my favorites in the golden era. I loved him more than Hulk Hogan. I loved him more than Jake the Snake Roberts. I could even say better than Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man Randy Savage, because this guy was a character. This guy was a character that was like over as shit, no matter heel or face. This guy knew how to keep you entertained. And trust me, if this guy was born around the Attitude Era, he would do a fantastic job. By the way, speaking of Roddy Piper, I gotta do it, but rest in peace, man. You're gonna be missed. Again, I wish he was WWE champion. It should have happened, but guess not. But the fact that this is the first time he ever won a championship, the first and only time he's ever won championship, I believe, and it was a great moment for me to see Roddy Piper hold the Intercontinental Championship. The match, again, still wasn't that great, but eventually it did lead to Bret Hart and Roddy Piper at Mania, which was a far more superior match than this one. But I thought that was really good for them. Next up, we had The Beverly Brothers versus the Bushwhackers. I think the Bushwhackers are fun and entertaining. The Beverly Brothers, okay, but I don't know. They're more characters than actual matches, so I was whatever with it. I really didn't care. It was pretty sloppy, so I'll just say that. Next match for the WWF Tag Team Championships, the Legion of Doom versus the Natural Disasters. I'm pretty sure that people wanted the Natural Disasters to win, but at the same time, the Legion of Doom were over. I think this was going to lead to a double turn. I don't know the full story about this, but eventually this led to the Legion of Doom losing by countout, so they were still champions, and that was the only reason why they're still champions. So there's that. And next up, we get to the big one, the Royal Rumble match. Easily the best Royal Rumble match in history. Not the most rewatchable, I must say this. It's the best Royal Rumble I've ever seen. Bar none. 5 stars all the way. It was a fantastic Royal Rumble. First of all, I really love how back in the day you didn't have to worry about who's gonna be the surprise entrant and stuff. Here it started by showing you who's gonna come out. They showed I'm gonna read off the names first of all. British Bulldog, the $1 Million Man, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Tito Santana, Hulk Hogan, Sergeant Slaughter, Sid Justice, Undertaker, Macho Man, Repo Man, IRS, Jim Duggan, and Jake Roberts, Hercules, sorta I guess, Nikolai Volkov, Big Boss Man, the Barbarian, Repo. I already said Repo Man, Rick Martel, Kerry Von Erich. I gotta talk about this guy later. Roddy Piper was in the match, even though he, I guess, wasn't supposed to originally, but I don't care. Haku. They had so many great names. Jimmy Superfly Snuka, a guy who recently just passed away. Love and respect the guy. I still love that moment when he jumped off the cage. Obviously I wasn't around that era, but respect the guy. One of the best. Obviously, rest in peace. You will be missed. Now, first of all, I am shocked that the match started with British Bulldog and the $1 Million Man. Okay, that's not shocking. It could be whatever, but $1 Million Man got eliminated fast, which is crazy. And Ric Flair was third, which I was like, I already knew Ric Flair was going to win because, this is retro reviewing, but the fact that Ric Flair was at number 3. It was like, what? This guy's gonna win? How the hell can he go through all of this? And sure enough, it was just a great moment. And there was a lot of great action with afterwards you had Shawn Michaels and Tito Santana, Haku, some great wrestlers. And then my favorite part of this part was when Kerry Von Erich was about to enter and Ric Flair's just waiting and waiting for him. It was awesome. That moment alone was a great moment. And I like that they gave honor to WCW. Granted, they're the competition, but I was still glad that happened. There's still a lot of great moments in this match. So many great names. Like I said, the Nasty Boys. No other Royal Rumble has hit me to the core. And to top it off, I haven't even mentioned this, but we all know it. But this match was for the WWF Championship at the time. Because Hulk Hogan and Undertaker had such a clusterfuck of a match, they ended up vacating the championship, and this led to the Royal Rumble being on the line. And at the time, it was 2 months to wait until we see who was going to be the champion. We all predicted Hulk Hogan to win. I'm pretty sure everybody back in the day predicted Hulk Hogan to win, if not the Undertaker. And no, I believe the final 3 were Hulk Hogan, Sid Justice, and Ric Flair. I guess people hated the moment where Hulk Hogan helped Sid Justice. I don't mind the moment. Something that would have totally helped this moment be a lot bigger than ever is if at WrestleMania it was Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair. It didn't happen, but it's still a mark-out moment. Honestly, I feel like if Hulk Hogan was gonna help out Ric Flair lose, I feel like that should have been the tease of WrestleMania. Yes, I let you win, but I'm going after you. Granted, the match never happened. We instead got Macho Man and Ric Flair, which is a fantastic match, one of the best matches of all time. No credit take there, but I really wanted to see Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair. That match would have been a billion times better, and they could have sold WrestleMania. What WrestleMania was that? WrestleMania 8, I believe. Even though I like WrestleMania 8, I thought it was a really good show, but hell, having that match could have bam, it just would have sold like crazy. I would have moved some shits here around. Definitely wanted something better for Macho Man, probably to do something better. Eventually I get it because Ultimate Warrior was supposed to come back around this time, which led to one of the biggest botches in WrestleMania histories. But I'm not taking that away from Royal Rumble. This was a fantastic Royal Rumble match. My favorite moment about this was when Ric Flair, again, Ric Flair is one of my all-time favorites, and Ric Flair holding the WWF Championship, going, from the top of my heart, this is the greatest moment of my life, and that was great. And then Mean Gene is talking to him. One of the funniest things ever when he's like, put that cigarette out. Damn, that was just so great. I love the Royal Rumble. It was a 5-star classic. It's my favorite Royal Rumble. Personally, not the most rewatchable, considering that I didn't really grow up with these characters, but I respect who these guys are, and yeah, I think it's one of the best Royal Rumble match ever. I thought the show was overall really great, though. Personally, I believe that moments like this help shows be better than what it usually is. Like example, WrestleMania 30. We all say WrestleMania 30 is awesome, but is it really awesome if you took off a lot of those moments? Think about it. So, some of the best moments, again, Roddy Piper becoming IC champion. Great moment. And Ric Flair holding the WWF championship. 2 great moments there. Helped the show a lot. Plus, New Foundation versus the Orient Express was a really kick-ass match and a really must-see tag team match. Overall, I'm going to give this show an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a really fun show. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to do more retro reviews. I hope you guys enjoyed that a lot. Anyways, it's me, the ALE Double X Print. So, where the hell are my glasses? Here you go. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Get ready for the next Retro Royal Rumble review, which will come out later today, maybe right after SmackDown. But until then, I'm out.